Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys your November monthly forecast for those of you in a soul connection where you're experiencing a separation or a challenge right now. So just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today are created by myself and will be listed for purchase down below. And if you guys are interested in your own personalized version of this reading, I will also put the booking link down below so you guys can book your spot. Also, today's Organite is called the Twin Flame Lovers, created by my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell. And before we get started, I was just going to do a little bit of a personal share, just kind of catch up with you guys. So if you want to skip straight to the reading, go ahead and take a look and click on that timestamp down below. So how was everybody's Halloween? So we had a really great time, but we are so exhausted now. And Mr. Moon and I were just sitting around yesterday after we cleaned everything up and thinking, are we just too old for this shit? I mean, we love Halloween, but the amount of stuff that we do and the physical stuff that it takes on our, the toll on our bodies, it's just like, what are we going to do moving forward? And this year was kind of different because my stepson, he usually helps us out, with like the little haunted house that we do, but he was working this year. So he's at that age, where he's working. My daughter, who used to work for me, she used to be my assistant. She's got a different job now. And so she was working. So it's just like, oh my God, it's just Mr. Moon and I. I mean, we still had a good time, but it wasn't the same. And I had to dress up as Michael Myers, which was fun, but it just wasn't the same. You know what I mean? But we still had a great time and it still looked really nice. And if you guys are interested in seeing the stuff that we did, I do have a channel which is called Home Sweet Halloween over on TikTok and Instagram, if you guys kind of want to check out what we did. But yeah, it was literally 5 days, you guys, of nonstop Halloween. So on Friday night, we went to a costume party and we were voodoo priests. It was so cool. And then on Saturday, we had our own dinner party here with just a small amount of friends and family. Sunday night was pumpkin carving madness. And then Monday was Halloween. And then yesterday, Tuesday was cleanup. So it's just like, oh my God. So obviously I didn't post my regular weekly readings on this channel or on Treasure Trove Tarot. So that will resume next week, normal schedule stuff. So anyways, but yeah, I mean, we had a good time and we just are now going to be getting ready for Christmas, and our Christmas is kind of Halloween/Christmas. So if you guys, again, are interested in seeing what I do for my Christmas decorating, it'll be kind of haunted. So I have like this big tree that I do. It's like all witchy stuff, a lot of fun. And then I have like my little killer tree with my Michael Myers mask and all just like the Hellraiser and Jason, Freddy Krueger, all that other stuff. And then, I have some other horror movie themed things that I want to do. I want to possibly do like a Chucky tree. I don't know. I'm just going to have fun with it this year and see where it takes me. So anyways, if you guys are interested in joining me over on that other channel, please do so, because the Halloween doesn't stop around here. Even though I did cry yesterday, and I'll tell you why. Because you're not going to go into the stores anymore and see Halloween decor. The Spirit Halloween stores are going to go away. So I just felt that loss. I was like mourning this loss of the season kind of officially being over, but not literally technically for us, but still it made me really sad. So I actually cried. And Mr. Moon was looking at me like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Because he's like, it's not over. I mean, we don't take our Halloween stuff down. I mean, we take some of it down, but a lot of it we do keep up. So it's not really over, but it kind of is. And I'm just really bummed out about the whole thing. But there's always next year, right? Anyways, you guys, that's all I had to say. Just want to know how your guys' Halloween was, and wanted to kind of just give you a little bit of a tidbit of the stuff that we did and where I was these last few days. But I'm back now. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. So the very first thing that we're going to focus on, you guys, is your person's energy towards you at this time. So we're going to use my Arrows of Love Oracle and just see where your person is currently at this time with you. What is your person's energy like towards you at this time? Let's look. Okay, so this is the mental space. Okay, so we have the Wings of Love, guidance and protection. Let's go ahead and go into their emotional heart space. Okay, so we have standards and boundaries. Let's go into their 3D reality, physical world environment. Okay, so we do have interference, interesting. And let's go ahead and go into their soul's energy, spiritual experience with you. We have key to my heart. All right, so let's clarify with some tarot cards. We're going to clarify using my matching Arrows of Love tarot deck to this one. All right. So this person's mental space towards you, when they think about you, they could think about you as an angel. They might see you as somebody who is kind of, like an angelic type of person. So if there's been any kind of hurt or something has happened in your connection, which obviously there's a separation and a challenge here, so something's happened, they might see you as somebody who didn't deserve some sort of treatment, or they might even see you as being too good for them or something like that. But they could also just see you as this person that's just a very kind, gentle soul, somebody that provided them a lot of guidance, somebody that was there for them, somebody that supported them. And, that's just a memory that they perhaps have of you at this time. Let's get a tarot card on this one. Okay, so we do have the Two of Keys, which is the Two of Pentacles, adjustments, kind of going back and forth. So I feel like what this is trying to tell us, you guys, is that this person right now kind of goes through a period where they see you in a certain way, and then they're not sure if they can keep up with you. They're not sure if they're good enough for you. They're not sure if they can adjust their behavior to be with you. So other times they might just kind of fall back and just give up and say, this is just too much pressure. I don't think I can change for you. I don't think that I can be the person that you need me to be. It's almost like they know that you deserve so much more than they can provide for you or give to you. And so sometimes they want to be a better person for you or a better version of themselves for you. And other times they just don't feel like they can do it. So they just kind of pull back. So obviously this person holds the key to whether or not they're going to be able to, pull the trigger on this and actually do something about it. But they're just kind of holding the keys. They're not really doing anything at this moment. But they want to. I feel like the desire is there for them to want to do this. Now we have the standards and boundaries energy here. Okay, so holding standards and boundaries in their emotions. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups, Four of Hearts energy, boredom. Not only does the Four of Cups represent being bored, but the Four of Cups means we're just dissatisfied and we're just not able to really do what we need to do because we're just not feeling it. So I do feel like this person, in a way, if this is your story, if you have put up certain boundaries with this person, or you put certain stipulations on being involved with this individual, it's almost like they're in this energy here where I can't be what you need me to be right now. So it's just easier for me to just decline and not really do anything, not really make any big moves at this particular time, So I just feel like they're dissatisfied with themselves. They feel kind of blah. They don't really know why, but they know that whatever it is that you're offering to them is going to require effort on their part. And they're just not sure that they have what it takes right now to put effort into this situation or this connection. The Four of Cups, though, is an indication of how someone feels about themselves. So when you don't feel good about yourself, or you just don't feel satisfied with yourself, you're not really going to be able to derive any kind of satisfaction or happiness outside of yourself either. So I feel like this person has some sort of adjustment that they need to make within themselves before they can really even be able to offer you anything of real value anyways. So in a way, this person has to figure out their key. Do you see this? This crow is holding the key, or these keys, and then we have key to my heart. I do feel like that's very interesting that that's coming up this way. So the key is in their heart, and right now they're kind of closed off. That's what I'm seeing here. They're kind of closed off. It's almost like they're holding up boundaries, but it's in a way, it's almost like they're holding up a wall between you and them, right? And I also feel like they know that you're a good choice for them. They know that you're somebody that is a good person, or but you deserve better. And if they don't feel good or worthy, then it's almost like they're sabotaging this connection. That's just what I'm seeing here today, all right? So now we have the interference. This is in their physical environment. Yes, there could be another person involved. There could be someone or something that's interfering with them being able to make these adjustments and to do something. Some of them could be in a toxic cycle with a toxic person. They could be experiencing toxic behavior, or even like, abusing some sort of situation, as in being addicted to something, if that makes sense. There could just be something that's interfering with them feeling good, or interfering with them being able to adjust their behavior to actually go towards you in this connection, instead of holding themselves like closing themselves off to something that's good, closing themselves off to something that you're offering. Which, to me, what you're offering here to this person is actually a very higher level type of love. And if this person does not feel worthy of this higher level love, then they're going to sabotage it, or they're just going to continue to keep a wall up between you and them. They're going to continue to spend their time with low-level people that are just purely like wanting to use them or connect with them on a physical level only. It's like you're offering some sort of depth. You're offering for them to go deep, okay? But this person is holding themselves away from it because, for whatever reason, something is interfering, something is in the way. So let's see what that thing might be. Okay, so we have the moon's energy here. So the moon is Pisces or Cancer energy, right? Cancerian energy. But the moon is about things that are hidden, things that are a mystery, kind of keeping things a mystery. There's also a lot of confusion and illusion and fear that's connected to the moon. So I feel like this person's energy right now towards you is that they're caught up in something that's causing them a lot of confusion. They're allowing their fears to take a hold of them and interfere with you in this connection. They're allowing some sort of influence in their life to kind of take hold over them. So something is definitely standing in the way. Let's see what the key to the heart is. Okay, yeah, so you're the key to their heart. You're the keeper of their heart. You would keep them warm and safe. Do you see this? You would keep them warm and safe. But it's like, look at this picture. This guy is standing there and he's got his umbrella. So he's keeping himself warm. Oh, wow, look at this. You also have an umbrella. You also have an umbrella here, right? You're warm. You're warm and inviting, right? The key is in the heart space. The keeper of hearts is the Queen of Cups, which is Cancerian energy. So to me, this is like Cancer. Cancer energy is very homey, feeling like home to someone, being in the protective shell, being very sensitive, even motherly, right? Family oriented. I feel like this is all the things that you have to offer this person. And they're keeping themselves at a distance from you. They're keeping themselves like, I'm going to do things on my own. I'm going to take care of myself, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like this person is isolating from you. They're isolating themselves from you. The key is in their heart, but they don't want to connect to their heart right now. They don't. They are sabotaging themselves. It's almost like they feel like they're being strong by keeping themselves at a distance or just remaining alone or in silence. But actually, it's a weakness, you guys. But they've got to come to their own conclusions. So the key to what they're thinking or just kind of trying to figure out right now is in their emotions. It's in their heart, and they have to connect with their heart. But where they're at in their heart space is that they're dissatisfied, they're bored, they're not feeling good enough, they're feeling like an outsider. So they're just going to sabotage. And a card that fell on the floor, which I'm not able to grab right now, but I'm able to see it, is the King of Cups. It's the Master of Hearts. So the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups are a match. And I feel like the reason that it fell on the floor is because that's where this person is at right now. This person is kind of falling away, or they're just keeping themselves at a distance from you. It's like they're aware of you and they know that you're there, and you might have this person in your heart space, and you might keep them warm in your thoughts and in your prayers, and they feel it and they know it, but they're not able to open themselves up to you at this present time. They're holding the keys, and all they have to do is actually go into their heart to unlock the door, and they're refusing, I feel, to do that right now. They're turning their back to the situation at this particular time. But the King of Cups in this deck says deep. This person would have to go deep, and maybe there's something about going deep that is traumatizing to them, that scares them to trust or to love someone as deeply as they could potentially love you. Maybe that scares the shit out of this person. So it's just easier to keep this connection kind of a mystery, or maybe someday, or, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. So I'm just going to kind of just keep it in the back of my mind somewhere instead of doing anything here about this situation. So your person has to make some adjustments right now. And until they get into their heart space, it's almost like you're going to be in a little bit of a mystery of where this connection is going to go and what's going to happen. So what I want to say is that, sometimes people say, well, last week's reading was really promising. Last week's reading predicted that this person and I are going to come back together. And now this month's reading is basically saying the opposite. What I want to say, you guys, is that you have to take what resonates for you, okay, and get rid of anything that doesn't. And I know that can sometimes even be triggering to people. It is your responsibility to be discerning on what messages you feel are for you and what messages are not for you. I deal with a big collective of energies here. And so some people are on this vibration and this is their story, and other people, it's not your story. So trust your intuition. If something here in this is just kind of like, yeah, this is what's going on for me, this makes sense. Yeah, great. Take the messages. If you're just like, no, that's not what I'm feeling at all, click off of the reading. We have to take responsibility for what we are subjecting ourselves to. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out there, because sometimes people are just like, I don't know what to plug into or what not to plug into. It's not my job or anybody else's to tell you what's right for you and what's not right for you. You've got to go deep within yourself, and you've got to figure that out for you. Okay. And if readings are triggering you all together and it's confusing you, it might be the key right there. The key is that maybe it's time for you to just pull away from readings altogether, or just for a short period of time until you can kind of gain some clarity. If you're more confused and triggered by a bunch of stuff that you're watching on the internet, maybe it's time to take a break from it. That's just all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Because my motivation here to even bring these readings to the collective is to help, is to provide some sort of guidance, but also to kind of help gain clarity for you guys, not to fuck you up and confuse you even more. So if that's happening, there's something that you've got to kind of ask yourself. Maybe this is just not for me, or maybe this is just something that is not helping me at this time, right? So anyways, just wanted to say that real quick. But I feel like this particular storyline is going to be for those of you that are probably not speaking to this person at all, or just not very much. And their actions towards you are kind of a mystery, and it's very confusing, because even though this person might say nice things to you, they might have been loving at one time, the energy has shifted. And it seems like you don't know what the heck's going on with this individual. They're kind of like got their back turned to you, and they're not really letting you in. I feel like there's something going on deep within this person. This person's going to have to dive deep within themselves to kind of figure out why they are sabotaging this, and why they're not letting you in, and why they're not either trusting, their heart, or just not able to invite this kind of connection into their life at this time. So something's going on with this person. It's not a reflection of you. Could there be something about you that maybe this person is just like, I'm not sure if I want to get involved? I'm sure. It's not always everyone else. Sometimes people just aren't a match. But I'm getting here that if everything was great with this person, and then suddenly they just like made an adjustment real quick and just shifted real quick, because there's something going on deep within this individual. Okay. So try not to personalize it, and just try to do what you can in the meantime to just, keep doing you and keep focusing on yourself. I feel like whenever this person is meant to come back around, they will. So let's see how they are. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know in regards to this connection right now. What are the energies that are making up this connection? What's happening right now that's being offered to the both of you for ascension purposes, for growth purposes. What is the universe throwing your way at this time? We're going to go into this deck here, which is called my Twin Flame Journey Oracle. Okay, so we have admired, numbing, family, and contemplation. So to me, the family vibe is the Cancerian vibe, which is why I feel it came up 2 times. All right. Definitely that vibe here. Feeling like family, feeling like this is the person that I should be planning my life with. This is a really good person for me, but someone is sabotaging this, trying to numb it out in this contemplation mode. I'm not sure what I want to do. So there's an issue here, but someone does admire. And I felt that from this person. They see you as this individual. They see you in high regard here. They hold you in high regard. They see you as somebody that is special, a real gem. They do admire you. They admire your light. They're actually drawn to your light, but they're repelled by your light at the same time. You see? They're attracted to it. They're going towards it, or they did at one time. They went towards this warm light that you provide. They did. But at some point down the line, they turn their back on it. Okay? But it's because of their own internal dissatisfaction within themselves. There's some kind of adjustment here. There's some kind of back and forth energy here. They're not able to fully either commit to this, or they're just not able to fully be happy in their lives. And so until they make these adjustments to figure out why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, they're not going to be able to be happy with you or anybody else. Okay? So let's go ahead and get some clarifiers here with my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Let's see what this admired energy is about. To me, this is keep your head held high. This is continue to shine. So let me just give you guys some examples of what shining isn't. Shining is not, and this is not to trigger anyone, but sometimes these things have to be said. Shining is not calling someone, texting someone, and continuing to try to communicate with someone that clearly has their back turned, that clearly does not want to communicate, that clearly has maybe even said no. Somebody that's being admired is someone who is able to just focus on themselves and to put their power and their time and their energy into other things. If someone says no, or someone is not into something, it's not that we're abandoning them, but what we're doing is we are respecting that they're going through something, or respecting maybe their boundaries. That we're respecting the fact that maybe they're just putting up a wall because they're broken or they're needing time and space to themselves. We're not abandoning them. We're giving them the respect and the privacy that every human being deserves. And sometimes, and I have seen this in this community, where people are like, well, that's my twin flame, I have to. To each their own. But to me, we're all humans. I don't care about the label here. You still need to be respectful to people. And this includes family and friends too. If you keep pushing and chasing somebody and constantly communicating with somebody, if somebody does that to me, I don't care who the fuck they are, I will tell them to kick rocks. I will tell them, see you later. Anybody that doesn't respect my space and my time, and that's coming at me with their stuff, that's a sure way for us to be done. So there's something about being pushed and pushed and pushed. And some people feel, well, that's my person, or I love this person, or I want this person to know that I care. So if someone, when they're in that mode, when they're in that energy where it's time to, you've done everything that you can, it's time to leave them alone. When people are ready, they will return. When people are ready to face you, they will embrace you. But until then, the more admirable thing to do is to give people time and space that they need. So to me, this is an energy that's happening right now, and this is a lesson that's being provided right now for all people. It doesn't matter if I'm going to just tell you guys this. my daughter, in some weird way, because I am very codependent, I felt entitled to her time and energy all the time at the drop of a hat. And it took her getting into a relationship for me to realize, you know what? I have very unhealthy boundaries with her, and she also has unhealthy boundaries with me. So even though I felt entitled because she's my kid, I'm not entitled. She's still a human being. So that was a hard lesson for me to learn, to respect her time, to respect her time with her partner, to just be a respectful individual and not feel like, I'm entitled to this because, she's my kid. So it's the same thing with people that feel like, well, I have this soul connection with this person. They're my twin flame. They're my counterpart. They're this, they're that. It doesn't matter. People are humans and people are individuals and people have free will. So we do have to respect people's time. We have to respect people's space. We have to respect people's opinions. And if they don't want what we want, we have to respect that too. We have to respect people's free will choices. And so I just feel like there's a little bit of a lesson right now that's popping up and emerging for some people out there that are struggling with that concept, that it doesn't matter what this is, we need to still give people time and space. And if someone says no, or if someone is turning away from you and they're spending time with someone else or they're doing something else, take that as a sign that you and that person are not on the same page at this time, and that you continuing to push or reach out is actually going to make it probably worse. So the best thing that you could possibly do is to take that energy and put it onto yourself. That is an energy where we're really shining. That's an energy that gets people's attention. You're not getting someone's attention as you continue to bang on their door. When you're no longer banging on your door, that's when that person suddenly thinks, what happened to the person that used to be banging on my door? Right? So it's not like we're playing games with people, but people are not going to notice you as you're in their face. It's going to be actually the opposite. When you're no longer in their face, when you're no longer contacting them, when you've just fallen off the face of the earth, then it's like, I wonder what happened to such and such. There you go. So anyways, that's just a little tidbit that's coming through with that message. So let's go ahead and get a tarot, because I didn't even get a tarot card yet. Oh, Three of Cups. Yes. I love this, because what this is saying here is lean into your community, lean into your friends and your family, have a good time, right? Life is too short to be suffering on account of one person. Okay. This one person might have you all riled up. This one person might have you feeling all kinds of things, but life is too short to suffer and to just be depressed and miserable on account of this one person. I don't care who they are. Life is too short. It just is. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So do you really want to spend the majority of your time being sad and depressed over this person? Or do you want to try to make the best of your life and this situation? Because no amount of suffering is going to change anything. No amount of crying is going to change anything. No amount of praying for a different outcome is actually going to change anything. The only thing that's going to change is how you're responding to what's going on right now. And once you change that response, you're going to start feeling a lot happier. You're going to start feeling lighter in your vibration. The Three of Cups is all about good times, people. The Three of Cups is also a reminder to try not to take everything so seriously, okay? And I know that it's hard to have a good time and to feel happy when, we're going through a heartbreak, or somebody is betraying us, or someone's being hurtful. It is hard. But sometimes we do have to lean into other people that are in our lives instead of focusing on people that are not in our lives right now. How many times have we done that? We haven't really paid attention to the people that are in our lives, whether it's our kids or our family or even our spouses, because we're so upset about something that's happening to us externally. And then we realize, oh my gosh, I can't believe that my head's been in the past, worrying about this or being so sad about that, when what's in front of me is people that actually care for me and that want to be in my life right now. What the hell am I doing? So there's a lesson here in that. There's a lesson in raising your vibration, transforming your thoughts, so that way you can start experiencing a better time. That way you don't have to be so sad and miserable and doom and gloom about this connection and about what's going on or what's happening or not happening with this person. Life is too short to put all of your focus and all of your eggs into this person's basket. You owe it to yourself to still have a life, to still put one foot in front of the other, to still carry on. Okay? All right, so let's get this numbing energy. What is this numbing energy? I feel like that's connected to your person. Yeah, we have the Six of Cups, memories and reunion, the past. Okay? So this person, I feel, has a lot of trauma from their past. I feel like there's a lot of things that are still keeping them stuck. There's a lot of things that this person still needs to adjust and to heal in their life. So again, no amount of waiting for this person, no amount of changing or trying to do things to make this person happy is actually going to snap them out of it, you guys. It's not. The most admirable thing that you can do is to lead by example. Perhaps inspire this person by living your best life. That's the kind of living. That's the kind of living that this person should be living in as well. Is to cut away from the past. It doesn't mean that things didn't happen, and it doesn't mean that things, don't need to be healed or worked on or looked at. They do. But I just feel like this person is marinating in their shit. They're marinating in their past. They're letting their past hold them back. They're letting their past hold them back from taking a chance on you and this connection. But again, you can't heal this person. You can't make it happen. All you can do is allow them to either choose to be happy and to choose to heal and to choose to make adjustments in their behavior, or just allow them to just continue to marinate in it. You can't save them. All right. All you can really do is save yourself. And by saving yourself, you're actually providing guidance and inspiration for others to want to do the same. You're spreading the light. You're being the light. You're being love. That's what you are. You're shining that you're shining that in the universe when you are in this space. When we're all sitting around and we're all bitching and moaning and suffering and being pissed off at this and pissed off at that. I mean, you guys have seen it with politics and religions, all kinds of crap. It's not helping anything. It just brings everything down. Everybody's upset. Everybody's negative. Everybody's hating on everybody. That's not helping anyone. So this is telling us here that yes, life does suck sometimes. Shitty things happen to good people. Things happen. But the best thing that we can possibly do is to try not to allow our past and our traumas and the things that have happened to us ruin us for the present and the future, right? Let's learn from that. Let's heal. Let's do whatever we need to do. But instead of allowing this to be our story for the rest of our lives and to dictate the rest of our lives, let's shift out of that energy and try to focus more on living. Okay. And I just feel like your person is having a hard time with that right now. And maybe some of you want to be supportive, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to send good thoughts and energies and prayers this person's way. But at the end of the day, you guys, no one's going to change it except for this person. So you've got to allow them the time and space that they need to do it. All right. So we have family. To me, this is basically telling me that you guys feel like family to one another because you guys are of the same soul family. You're of the same soul tribe. You are. You've decided to reincarnate, and I'm getting that with the Six of Cups. To me, it's a past life energy too. You guys have decided to reincarnate with this person to help each other grow, to inspire each other as well, to heal and to grow. Perhaps this person has triggered you in certain ways in order to do some sort of healing and empowerment. Now what you're doing is you're inspiring this person to stop marinating in this and to stop allowing their past or their traumas to dictate their entire lives. So you're raising your vibration to inspire this individual to do the same. Do you see how you guys are actually helping one another in that way? I love it. Okay, so we have two cards that came up for this one. Four of Pentacles, which is a scarcity mindset, and the Knight of Swords, which means decisive action. This is Knight of Swords is Gemini's energy. So what I want to tell you guys is that what Spirit is trying to tell you here is no matter how much you feel connected, no matter how much you feel like you and this person are meant to be together, no matter how much you want to come together with this person and have a family and live happily ever after, that's great. But as long as this person is in this scarcity mindset, nothing's going to change. They're going to have to make a decision and to take decisive action to pull themselves out of this scarcity mindset before anything can change. So it's about just realizing that this individual is either going to do it or they're not going to do it. And you're going to have to decide whether or not you want to continue to either wait for this or just continue to carry on and just kind of see what happens. My advice always is to carry on and to see what happens. You know what I mean? At least live your life in the meantime. That way you're not pissed off that you wasted years and years and years on a person that might not change or might not do what you'd like them to do. That's why it's always best to make sure that you're living your best life in the meantime. Okay? So now we have this contemplation energy here. But to me, there's also a lesson on unconditional love, right? How many people have kids or relatives, family members? They don't agree with you. You don't have the same religious beliefs. You don't have the same political beliefs, or they just do things where you're just like, that is just ridiculous. I have a lot of people like that in my life, but I still love them and I still have a relationship with them. Why? Because it's unconditional. That's why. So that's what I feel like that message is here for family. You still love this person unconditionally. You don't hate them because they don't want to perhaps open themselves up to you in this experience right now. That's not what the point is. The point isn't to hate people that don't agree with you or that to feel negative towards people that, can't get with the program. You still love this person. You're still going to carry this person in your heart space, but you're just not going to let them interfere with your living anymore. And that right there is ascension. That right there is progress, right? We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So it's contemplation time. Are we going to imprison ourselves by staying stuck, or are we going to just let go and see what happens? Are we just going to trust that whatever is meant to be will simply be with this individual? So I feel like a lot of people this month are going to just be letting go in a very loving way, letting go with love in their hearts. Just trusting the process, trusting whatever is meant to be will be, trusting that if this person is meant to heal, then perhaps the two of you can come together and live that kind of feeling of happily ever after. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay, because you guys are still connected for a reason. And maybe you'll provide some sort of inspiration for them, and maybe they'll provide some healing for you. And maybe that's just the contract right there. Maybe that'll be enough. Maybe for some of you it isn't enough. So I just feel to each their own. This is a very loving energy here. It's just acceptance at its finest. That's what I'm getting here. Acceptance at its finest. Lovingly letting go and just letting things be the way that they are, and just basically seeing what happens next. Right? Love this energy. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and see here what are the biggest challenges right now to overcome. I feel like some challenges really already did come up, but let's go ahead and dive deeper. What are some challenges here that this person will be experiencing this month? This is my Twin Flame Journey Shadows deck. What specific shadows or challenges are coming up for this person in the month of November? Okay, well, we do have superficial, and we have someone that's wearing a mask. Okay, so I feel like this person perhaps will struggle with being authentic, taking off that mask, being fearless, being vulnerable. All right, let's go into my Divine Feminine healing cards. Let's see what else we need to know. Hazy. All right. Even though the pathway forward is unclear, I will continue to rely on my higher self to lead the way. So to me, this is very much somebody's survival ego energy, superficial. This right here is the higher self energy. So I feel like this person that you're connected to this month will definitely be facing the challenges of being authentic and trusting their heart and their higher self to lead the way. Because right now what I'm seeing with this current energy is that their ego and lower self are actually keeping them stuck, and they're allowing that to be their navigation tool and system right now. But their lesson, I feel, this month, and their challenge is going to be to step more into their heart space and allow their heart space and their higher self to lead the way instead of the other way around. All right. So let's go ahead and see what your energy is for your challenge and shadow this month. We have self-indulgent. Okay, so the self-indulgent energy, you have the wolf. The wolf is very fiery, very passionate, goes after what they want because that's what they want. They want to indulge themselves because that's what I want. I feel this in this moment. I'm going to do it. Well, sometimes this energy means that I don't respect other people's space. I don't respect that somebody has put a boundary with me. I don't respect that this person says, I don't want to hear from you. And I feel like that's probably one of the reasons why I kind of went a little deep on that message, even though I know that some people are like, I don't do that. So I'm not speaking to you. But those of you know who you are. Sometimes when we feel things, we just do it. And sometimes you don't always need to react in a situation. You don't always need to do something that you feel in that moment, because sometimes these are just our own things and our own desires, and it kind of supersedes what other people's boundaries or not respecting other people's time and space. It like supersedes that. And I feel like that might be a challenge for some viewers to, don't be a stalker. And it's funny because a lot of people don't realize, and there's a show right now on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet, but I think it's called I Am a Stalker. And it was talking about the laws, how after like 2 times of reaching out to someone, technically that's unwanted, you're a stalker. That sounds crazy, right? But if you think about it, that kind of makes sense. If you've reached out to somebody and they're not responding and you continue to reach out to them, you're freaking stalking them. You're not respecting their space or their time. In a way, you're being self-indulgent, as in you're only thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about that person. You're not thinking about how they might feel with you kind of reaching out and needing something from them. Because again, when someone is like pathologically like just reaching out and just like kind of going in that crazy mode, people run away from that energy. People want to ignore that. People want to ghost that energy. People want to just block that energy. It's too much. It's too intense. It's too chaotic. It's too unstable. It's scary. It scares people. So I feel like some of you guys could feel like you want to do certain things, but you shouldn't. And that doesn't mean actual stalking for everybody. I just feel like that message came up earlier, just respecting people's boundaries. And it's funny because this person, remember how they feel towards you, we have standards and boundaries. So there is something where they're kind of like, they're putting their hand up because it came up with the 4 of Cups, which is, I have my back to you, respect my standards and boundaries, or, I don't feel good enough for you. I'm kind of getting here that it's an interchangeable message here, that some of you guys, this person has put up a boundary and some of you may feel entitled to do what you want to do. And I'm basically here to, be the bearer of bad news that you're not entitled. No one is entitled. I don't care what the hell this is. You're not entitled to keep pestering someone that doesn't want to hear from you or doesn't want to have you in their life right now. That can change. And the only way that can change their mindset is by you laying off. That's it. It's not going to continue to push. But this self-indulgent energy here is also not just the whole, pushing and stalking. But let's just say you feel, you get a sign. You see this person's name over and over again. Or you're thinking about them a lot suddenly, right? And or you feel suddenly just this overwhelming desire to reach out to them. Ask yourself, does it make sense? Should you reach out? These are just some examples. Let's just say this person is married. Let's just say this person is not available. Just because you feel this overwhelming sense to tell this person how you feel, should you? Sometimes we shouldn't. Sometimes less is more. Sometimes we shouldn't share what we're thinking. Just because we feel something doesn't mean that we have to share it with that person. So I just feel like we're supposed to use better judgment when it comes to what we're feeling inside. Is it just us? Or is this something that we really feel like we need to do? I just feel that we're going to need to kind of step back and sit on situations, sit on a decision. If you feel something, like for me personally, I felt like an overwhelming feeling to like reach out to someone, but I sat on it for a couple of days, and I'm going to tell you why. Because usually when I'm hormonal, I get really melancholy, I get really depressed and nostalgic, and I get really sad. After those 3 days were up, I was like, I'm so glad that I didn't reach out, because it's not really what I wanted. It doesn't make sense. It's not what I wanted. It's not going to go anywhere good. Nothing has gotten resolved in this situation. We'd be starting off on the wrong foot. Forget it. I'm not doing it. And I'm glad that I didn't. So not always, every single time we're feeling something, do we need to act in that moment? Let's sit back and think about it and maybe just sleep on it. Shift your focus onto present events rather than what's ahead. The future is not meant to be known. I love that. So this is also about sitting back and trusting. A lot of people want to know what's going to happen. First of all, it cannot be accurately predicted, and I'll tell you why. Because everyone has free will. I have the free will right now after I do this reading to completely change everything in my life. So does the person that you're watching this video about. So do you. So it's very hard to predict what people are going to do, because free will, you can't control free will. You can't. Now, are some people predictable? Sure. There's certain behaviors I have that are very predictable. There's certain behaviors that other people have that I know that are very freaking predictable. So we can kind of predict those things. But really, when you want to ask, is someone going to do this? Is someone going to do that? We can't with 100% accuracy say yes. So sometimes we might be feeling indulged to do like a tarot card reading every single day. Every single day. What a way to confuse yourself. Let me just tell you that right now. I highly recommend that you do not do readings every single day. I highly recommend that you do not watch 10 different readings on your soul connection every day. You know, that right there is very indulgent, very addictive behavior. So it's about kind of checking in with yourself and figuring out if you're feeling anxiety or even confusion. Why are you feeling this way? Let's check in with ourselves. What is our behavior about? Because it says self. There's something that we're doing that we need to maybe stop doing, or we need to kind of pull back on, so that way we don't feel so lost and confused. So let's shift our focus on what we can control right now, which is this moment. Let's focus on something that we can enjoy right now instead of worrying about the past or being, filled with anxiety about what's going to happen in the future. Let's try to figure out how we can enjoy this moment right now. So that's what Spirit is basically telling us here, that we might be struggling with this month. And the real challenge and lesson is going to be this month is to not lean into every single feeling that you have and kind of like give yourself a breather or some time, or maybe even sleep on something if you feel manic, right? And if you're feeling confused and just chaotic in your thoughts and your energy about this person and this connection, what's causing that? Check in, figure it out, and maybe perhaps stop indulging in that behavior, because a lot of the things that we do is the cause of our suffering. It's not really other people, it's ourselves. So I know it's a sucky reality, but it's true. It's absolutely true. Somebody can be an asshole all day long, but if you're not going to react to it and you're not going to allow that person's actions or thoughts about you have power over you, the suffering is gone. It's over. It's done. It's that easy. I know it sounds easy and it's really not, but you practice it like any kind of an exercise of not giving a shit. And when you do that and you finally get to a point where that person's thoughts about you, what they said about you, what they think about you, all those things, it doesn't matter anymore, because you're strong and convicted in yourself, And we also realize too that when that stuff bothers us, which I can attest to this, I've suffered with this my entire life, you realize just how broken you are inside. and how much you need to heal, that other people's thoughts about you have so much weight, right? So it's about checking in with ourselves and figuring out what's going on with us. Why are we feeling this way? Let's figure out what we can do about it, not how other people can change so we'll feel better. It's the other way around, okay? All right, you guys. So that's like the biggest challenges that we might be experiencing when it comes to ourselves and dealing with maybe this person this particular month. I know that was a little heavy and dark, but sometimes it's just going to be that way. So why don't we take a look and see what you can do this month to shift your vibes. So this is exactly what we're going to go into. My Shift Your Vibes Oracle deck. It's a suggestions of things that you guys can do to shift your vibe. How can we shift our vibes? Love that. So there needs to be an energy clearing, and it doesn't have to just be with crystals, even though you can start there with a clear quartz crystal. Great crystal to have for clearing up your energy. But there's something that needs to be cleared up, you guys. There's some energy that's hanging around that needs to go bye-bye. So you can use some sage with this. You can even use sounds to clear out, your energy. This might even be just an actual like purging of things, items in your house, maybe putting certain things away, but some sort of an energy in your like physical body or space or just surroundings needs to be cleared because something is jamming up your frequency. And Spirit's saying here, if you want to shift your vibe, start with clearing something out of your life. It could even be like a change in your your habits. So let's just say you tend to wake up in the morning and maybe check social media right away. That's always a thing sometimes people do. Maybe don't do that. Maybe sit with your thoughts, sit with your coffee, sit with your cats, enjoy the atmosphere, enjoy maybe just sitting with yourself and your thoughts before even like being influenced by what you're thinking and feeling by social media. That's just an example. A shift in your routine can also be an energy clearing as well, right? Maybe listening to certain things, maybe they're not empowering you anymore. I've done that before too, where I love listening to certain like podcasters and things like that, but then I'm just kind of like, it's too political, it's too negative. I love those people and I love their input, but I don't want to listen to this right now. This is in a way, it's creating something for me that I don't like. So just me feeling that and trusting that, I know not to listen to that, every single time I pop in my earbuds and do my housework. I listen to something else now. And maybe I'll feel differently in a week or so, but right now I'm just kind of like, no, it's something I don't need to listen to this shit right now. It's not uplifting me and it's not empowering me. I'll tell you that. So we know, but by the way that we feel, what needs to be cleared. I love that bike ride. So Wanderlust is about movement and it's about traveling. So it could literally be, yes, getting on a bike, you guys. If you guys do like to enjoy getting on the bike and going for a bike ride, absolutely. It could also be joining a group of people that like to hike or like to bike and things like that. But this could just be about you just getting out into nature and just moving through nature. If that's a walk throughout your neighborhood, even stepping into your backyard, your energy field needs this shift. You need to get out into the fresh air. That is what Spirit is trying to tell you. And some of you guys, if you've been wanting to travel or move, this could be your sign that it is time for you to start planning a trip or a vacation or that move that you want to make. And we have home improvements, color splash. So to me, you guys, this is about, obviously, if you love your home, Mr. Moon and I, we're home buddies. We love our home. Our home is our sanctuary. If you need to make some sort of improvements, it doesn't even have to cost you a lot of money. It could just even be moving your furniture around. Sometimes just little subtle changes like that can make you feel refreshed in your space, okay? There needs to be perhaps some kind of change within your home. Maybe there's someone that's living in your home that's been living in your home rent-free, or somebody who's taken advantage, or somebody that's just bringing the vibe down and there's just nothing that they're contributing. It might be time for that person to pack their bags and move the F on. You know what I mean? Or maybe this is you traveling or moving to a new home. This will bring more vibrancy and color into your life. It's the splash that you need right now to basically switch things up. So all of those messages are valid. And we have endorphins, laugh, and I love that. This is just about getting together either with your friends or watching things that make you laugh. You want to know what makes me laugh, you guys? Freaking cat videos all day long. There is this video, I swear to God, I laughed so hard that I actually was brought to tears where I was bawling. So it's funny because laughing and crying are connected. It's very strange. I don't understand the way that that works. But when you laugh that hard and that deep to your core to tears, like something's happening. There's a release that takes place. And, but it was this fainting. See, I'm already laughing just thinking about it. It was this fainting cats video. And it's horrible because these cats, and I love cats, these cats actually have like a condition to where if there's a loud noise and they get startled, they like just tip over. But they added this, like these sound effects where the cats were getting shot. And I know it sounds so bad, but I don't know what it was, but it was so hilarious. I was like dying laughing. And so whenever I need a good laugh, I just watch that video. There's also this other like YouTube video called Bon Jovi Cat. And this like cat is ferocious and attacks this guy. I don't know why. It's really funny. Am I sick? I must be sick. But yeah, it brings me to tears every single time. So that's just an example, okay? You guys could love comedies, go to a comedy show, or just get together and be silly with your friends, or just do something fun that just makes you laugh. But what is this going to do? Obviously, it creates natural endorphins. It creates that energy in you. That's enough to make an energetic shift right there. Spend more time laughing. Do things that make you laugh. This is going to raise your vibration naturally and shift you out of that shit energy if you are in shit energy. So that's what we have, you guys, for suggestions. Let's see how Spirit is showing up for us this month when it comes to this connection. We're going to go into my twin flame angel numbers and see how the angels and your spirit guides might be communicating with you this month and what they have to say about this connection. 1212. I love that. Your guardian angels are protecting you in this connection always. So I love that this right here actually came up, that wings of love, guidance and protections. It's very, very similar to me. It's a guardian angel who is protecting. So this to me, in a way, kind of allows us to kind of let go a little bit. Because if we feel like if we're not in control or we're not doing this or we're not doing that, we're going to lose this connection. And it's Spirit's way of saying trust. Trust that what is ever meant to be and whatever is for your highest good, as well as this person's highest good, this is the way that things are going to be guided. It's going to be guided into that direction. So if this person is not in your life right now, or they're not coming towards you, that could be for your own protection, or could even be for your person's own protection. You just never know. So just trust. So when you see 12s, what I'm getting here, do you see 12s this month, or a combination of 11s or 2s? So like 11s, 22s, or 12s. There is a special message that is basically saying, have more faith in this process that's called life, and whatever's meant to be for your highest good will simply be. And just having that faith can really allow us to let go and not feel like we're in control, or that we have to be in control on our best behavior for everything, right? We're only human. And I think that that's just a beautiful message for sure, just to let go and to let go, let God, let go, let the universe, however you guys resonate with that message. But that's saying have more faith. So we're going to go ahead and go into my Earth and Sky Oracle. What else is coming up here for us from the universe for guidance on this connection? Okay, so we have the monkey. I love it. It says cheerful and upbeat. Yes. So this is all about being in this energy. We can be fussy and snobbish. Yes, we could. We could be pissed off. We could be low vibe. But this is asking us to be in more of that laughter energy. 3 of Cups, remember? Let's try to be a little bit more cheerful and upbeat. And we're not faking it. We're not pretending that things don't suck. We're not pretending that bad things aren't happening. We're not pretending that, people didn't do this or didn't do that. We're not holding people accountable or ourselves. We're not just in this freaking fantasy land, but we're choosing to just in a general sense, just be a little bit more upbeat and to put a little bit more focus and time on things that do provide happiness and to make us laugh and smile. That's what we're choosing to do. So we're choosing the energy of the monkey. So monkey is a spirit animal that's coming through this month for you guys that is reminding you to be a little bit more in a higher vibrational energy. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that whatsoever. Love that message. All right, so now we're going to go into my Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. Let's see what else we need to know. Wow. So I don't know if you guys are making the connection here, but we had 2 cards that came up with umbrellas. That's not an accident. And the message really for this entire reading is that this person right now may have their back to you. Okay. They might have their back to you, or they're just, it looks like they're just blank and they're blue. All right. And the key word is boredom. You have this very warm and inviting energy here. It's a completely different energy. 4 of Cups, of course, is also dissatisfaction and also rejection. So if this person right now is rejecting you guys, this is not for you to take personally. This is not for you to feel like you're less than or unworthy. All right. So if that is happening, that's being triggered within you in order for you to heal. So pay attention to that. If you're feeling like a pile, if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're feeling like, this person doesn't want me, I'm unlovable. These things are coming up in you, again, in order for you to see that there's something going on within you that needs to heal. So make sure that you pay attention to what's coming up for you, right? But what this person is doing right now, or what they've said to you, or however they're acting, or what's going on, this is also a confirmation that you might be protected right now from this individual. They may not be able to treat you right. They may not be able to give you what you're looking for right now. They might actually end up hurting you if they were in your life right now, which is why I did get the other message, which is this person may look at you and say, you know what? I can't give you what you're looking for right now. I can only hurt you. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm less than. So all of these things are coming up for people to heal right now. So the umbrella is a reminder that we're being sheltered and protected from a higher power, from our angels, from our spirit guides. Our spirit team is here to shelter and protect us while people are working on themselves and healing what they need to heal. So try not to take someone's rejection or their behavior towards you personally. See that there's a higher reason why something might not be happening right now. And just that little shift alone and seeing it in a different way can be very, very helpful when it comes to this journey. I love that message. All right. So let's see what spirit is coming through. Spirit of darkness or light. What spirit of darkness or light is coming through this connection? Okay. So we have spirit of light, feminine spirit. So the feminine in this situation, so that's probably you, the viewer watching this video, is everything right now. You see, you're in this keeper of hearts, warm, nurturing, receptive, intuitive. It's all of these things. The feminine right now, I don't want to say holds the power, but the feminine's energy is everything right now. So if you're a feminine watching this video, really, really pay attention to the things that came through and really focus more of your time and energy on you, on I don't want to say perfecting, but of really, I'm just going to use that, perfecting your energy, being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be, being a beacon of light for this person and other people, being that light and that angelic energy, that higher frequency energy that you are. Focus there, right? And as you can see, we can only see her eyes. She doesn't even have a mouth. So it doesn't mean that you don't have a voice, but it just means you don't have to say anything. Just know. Be in that intuitive, receptive mode of maybe not speaking and listening instead, right? Don't need to communicate or tell people what you're feeling or thinking all the time. Maybe less is more. That's kind of the message that I'm getting. Less might be more right now. So that's the energy that feminine spirit receives. That feminine energy is intuitive, all-knowing, doesn't need to prove anything, doesn't need to be outwardly. She just knows, and she's content with that energy. And she's nurturing. She works on herself. She loves herself and nurtures herself. Yes, there's that part of her that wants to nurture people and love them, but she also realizes that not everybody wants that nurturing. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody is equipped to experience it. So if you're spending a lot of time wanting to save another person and they're not having it, this is time for you to save your time and energy and focus more on yourself. That's what we're getting here. It's a very beautiful message. So why don't we see what this person's higher self wants you to know? So we're gonna see what the higher self messages are for you with my Divine Masculine Revelations deck. Beautiful. I look at your picture often. So this person does see you as somebody who is physically attractive, somebody who's beautiful. I already really got that with that whole wings of love. They see you and they hold you in high regard. They see you as a beautiful creature. They see you as a gem. They see you as this higher energy, okay? Which is why I think a lot of them don't feel like they have what it takes to be with you. It's going to take a lot of effort on their part to change, and that might just be too difficult for them, so they might just give up and go the other way. Sometimes people do that. We also have Muse. You inspire me, and I love this because that's, to me, what this reading was really telling you from the very beginning. Be an inspiration to this person. They already admire you, so continue to inspire this individual. Be a muse for this person. Lead by example. Inspire them to want what you have. Inspire them with your light. And we have telepathy. So there is some sort of telepathic communication going on. So you are on their mind. So if you are thinking about them or you're having conversations with them, there's something that's happening on their end as well. So maybe that's all you guys have right now. Maybe you're not speaking or communicating in the physical world, but there is some sort of communication that's either taking place in your dreams, meditation, or just higher self communication going on. And it just kind of hits you and you get a download. So this right here is basically this person basically saying to you that I'm feeling this energy too. So whatever you're sending their way, make sure that it's positive. Make sure it's inspirational to them. So we have happiness. I still remember the good times that we shared. Now remember the Six of Cups that came up? I related that to this person perhaps being controlled by their past, especially if it was traumatic, but they're also very, very connected to the good times that you guys did once have. It did provide happiness for them. They were happy at that time. They may not be able to connect to that happiness right this second, but they did have good times with you. And so the memories they still hold, and they are still special to this person. They want you to know that. And we have afflicted. Our connection still affects me. So this person, even though they're afflicted right now, and they obviously are kind of like, needing to adjust things, and they're confused and feeling like they've got to put up a wall, this connection, your connection with them does affect them. So it does affect them. How you live your life, what you do, the person that you are, the energy that you hold them in, the healing that you do, etc. It all affects this person. So even more reason to want to be the best version of yourself. Do you see? So this connection helps you to, in a way, they're your muse and you're theirs. So do everything that you can, essentially for yourself. But when you do for yourself, you're actually doing for this person and other people. So you are a beacon of light. You are a way shower. You're a trailblazer. This is beautiful. So now we're just going to end the reading here with some messages about a possible future. So this is the Connections of the Modern World Tarot that I created with my daughter, Kayla Reed Creations. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. So it says inheritance, stability, and windfall. So we have obviously that suitcase. It's not a suitcase. Yeah, it is. Briefcase. What? It's a briefcase full of cash. All right. So there is some sort of a windfall. There's something here that's happening. I love that. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy. This is actually energy that a season that we're going to be moving into at the end of this month. So I feel like there is going to be perhaps some kind of a shift or payoff when it comes to this connection. Now, Temperance on its own means reconciliation. All right. But it says moderation, taking it slow, tranquility. The more that you trust, the more that you just let go and go with the flow with this person, I'm getting here that there's going to be a payoff. Now, it's not guaranteed for everyone because remember, we can't predict the future accurately 100%. But according to this reading, there's going to be a payoff for those that are not pushing anything. They're just trusting and allowing things to unfold. I love that message. And we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords, remember, came up earlier. The Eight of Swords says powerless, self-imprisonment, victim mentality. Yes, we can be in that energy. We can continue to be stuck and focused on how we feel and never looking at what other people are thinking or going through. I'm just kind of being in that self-absorbed energy. Remember that came up earlier, that self-indulgent energy. Or we can look at ourselves and our behavior and we can say, you know what? I'm responsible for how I feel today. I'm responsible for what's showing up in my life. Remember, when you do this, you inspire other people and even this person to want to be like you. So I feel like we're breaking some chains here also in the future. We're letting go. We're not letting this person or what's happening here. We're not allowing the thoughts or our connection with them to hold us hostage any longer. We're just letting go. When we do this, there's a payoff. That's the message. There's a payoff for those that just let go. And we have Three of Wands. It's off in the distance. That's the Three of Wands. Our ships come in eventually when we just let go. And I'm not saying you're abandoning this person, but you're just letting go of your attachment to them. You're letting go of this need to have this person in your life. You're just kind of continuing to just live. And then we have the Page of Swords, communication. So I feel like there's going to be a message from this person in the future, and they're going to share with you what they're thinking and what they're feeling. And it'll come at a time when you just kind of let go and you just let God, let the universe do its thing. That's what I'm seeing here. So there's a huge payoff for those that just have faith and let go. This person will communicate in the future, and it looks like it could be in Sagittarius season, which is going to be at the end of this month, going all the way until about the third week in December. So that's possible future communication or a message coming through from this individual if you haven't heard from them. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it was helpful to some of you guys out there. And if it wasn't, no worries. You don't have to take anything that didn't resonate with you. So take care, you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right. Bye-bye.